Hello, I'm Courtney, what's up, and welcome to Book Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing the second book in the Trials of Apollo series, The Dark Prophecy by Riordan, and I finished it technically today. I finished it at midnight, and oh my gosh, I am shook. Like, I'm still shook because this book, you guys, was fantastic. This was one of my most anticipated book releases of this year, and it did not disappoint because Riordan never disappoints. And I loved this book. It was so much fun. It took me a really long time to read though, because, you know, school was just super busy and I just had a busy week. But I finished it last night and oh my gosh, I loved it. It was so good. It was so good. And I think it was kind of better than the first one. Like, I love this book. It was like my favorite book of 2016. But this though, I think it was the end. The end, I'm just so shook by it and I'm just so happy about what happened, and it was so good. Like, I'm so proud of Rick. I feel blessed. Like, thank you. And if you don't know what this is a sequel to The Hidden Oracle. This is the first book in the Trials of Apollo series. If you don't know what it is, like, are you living under a rock? Like, this was literally the only thing I talked about last year. I'll link my book talk down below if you want to know more about it, but you should know what it is because I talked about it a lot last year, and now I get to discuss the sequel, and I love this book so very much, and I really can't tell you much about it unless you've read the first book. So if you don't want to be spoiled for The Dark Prophecy, I would leave right now, because I'm about to go into some spoilers, and you do not want to be spoiled, so bye night spoiler people! Okay, so The Dark Prophecy. Where do I begin? Oh, let's talk about characters, because we got a lot of new characters in this book, and I loved all our new people, except for the bad guys, of course. Like, I love Joe and Emmy. Like, I want them to adopt me. They were so precious, and I love their story about how they were both hunters of Artemis, but then they realized that they loved each other, and they gave up immortality to be with one another, and then they have their adopted daughter, Georgie, and I was like, thank you, Rick. Thank you for that representation. I was clapping because I've never read a book with same-sex parents before, but I was like, Rick did that. Thank you. So I love them. They were great. And I love the way station. The way station is the coolest. Like, I want to stay there forever. I want like a whole story about Joe and Emmy and Georgie. Honestly, like, Rick, write that novella right now. No, I'm just kidding. Keep writing the ship of the day because, like, you know, person unanimous. But I love Joe and Emmy. I thought they were great. And then I loved all the new people we meet when we rescue Georgie and everyone else in the prison thing where Commodus was. I love Jamie, aka Olippi, whatever his name was. I'm gonna call him Jamie. I thought he was really cool. And he kind of reminded me of Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is how, I don't know, serious he was, I guess. And how he was very straightforward, and I love how Apollo has this immediate crush on him, because when you find him, he's wearing just a loincloth, and he's just like, oh snap, like, look at that boy, like, hey, what's up? And he's like, later on, flirting with him, and then Jamie's just like, yeah, my girlfriend says I joke a lot, and Apollo's like, oh, runs. I was dying, oh, but I was loving it though, because Apollo deserves a boy. Guess it's not Jamie. You know who I think he should end up with? This literacies guy. I say like literacy. It's lit-ercies. I'm gonna call him Lit. I love that nickname Lit when they're like, oh, yeah, my nickname is Lit. I was dying. I was like, Rick, I hate you for this, but at the same time, I love it. I didn't like Lit at first, obviously, because he was helping Commodus, which, that boy is crazy. That emperor is nuts. Like, well, I hate Nero because he's evil. Commodus, I just hate him because he's crazy. And I really hope he's dead. I thought he was dead, but no one could find him, and no one could find his body at the end. And I was like, what does this mean? But, going back to Lit, you know, I hated him first, because I was like, this boy is helping the bad guys, and he tried to kill Calypso and Apollo at the zoo. But then we took him, we saved him, and he was kind of helping us out. At first, when he was like, oh yeah, I put a tracking device on the Cretans, I was like, what? But then he was like telling us stuff about Commodus and what he was gonna do. And I was like, I kind of appreciate you right now. And I was really hoping that he was gonna go with Apollo and Meg, because like I kind of secretly ship Apollo and Lit, sort of. Like, that conversation they had at the end was just nice. And I was like, you know, like, what about these two? Because, like, I want Apollo with a dude, alright? And I don't know, I just Lit. He seems nice, but he's staying at the wait station. Everyone's staying at the wait station. Like, Leo and Calypso. Oh my gosh, Leo and Calypso. Oh my goodness, I had this huge theory about, like, Leo. It wasn't even a theory. I just wanted Leo to redeem himself because I'm still super salty about what happened at the end of Blood of Olympus. And Leo got that redemption real quick. Like, I feel like when I opened up this book in Leo's first line, I was just like, you know, this is great. Like, Leo did that. He has redeemed himself. Even though some of the stuff he said in this book, I was like, Leo can just, the door, leave right now. But he's redeemed himself just by helping Joe at their workshop and just being a help. And I appreciate it a lot. And I love him. I love him. I loved being back with him and Calypso. And I love seeing Calypso, like, in the mortal world and everything. And how she was kind of confused and was like, why? Oh my gosh, I found it really interesting how, like, she and Apollo, like, don't like each other. I was really surprised by that. But then they got along at the zoo. The zoo scene was my favorite. Like, saving the griffins with those the golden tater tots. Like, only Rick would do something like this. And those griffins were big. And oh my gosh, I was so upset at the end when Apollo got back and he saw Heloise dead in the library. Oh my gosh, I was so upset by that. And then I thought Fetis was dead, but then Leo was all like, oh, I can repair him in a jiffy. And then Fetis was up and well, and I was like, okay. But I loved the griffins. I loved the zoo scene. And oh my gosh, how when they were trying to get to the train, and then all of a sudden, all those branches fell down on Lit. I was like, oh my gosh, Meg's here. Meg's here. And then she showed up. I was like, yes, I loved Meg. But, you know, at first I was like a little iffy about her because, you know, she was working with Nero and she left. And I was like, girl, where do you stand? Are you going to help us? But it seems like she's going to help us, I guess. And we learned a lot about her because I was kind of confused about her little family situation, but we learned about what happened to her dad in the Rose and how he got murdered by the Beast, aka Nero, because Nero and the Beast are the same, right? That's what I got. I felt really bad for her when they were at was that the Dark Oracle? I guess it was the Dark Oracle. All this Oracle and prophecy stuff, man, is confusing, but I'm just glad we got our prophecy before Commodus could get his crazy dark prophecy. And then that stuff in the end, oh my gosh, when Meg said that super long, that sonnet. Oh my gosh, I loved it when Apollo was like, oh my gosh, this is a Shakespearean sonnet, like, kill me now. Oh, it was funny. But I got that sonnet, and I am scared by it. I'm scared because, like, it was so long, and I'm not used to long prophecies. I'm just used to, like, one stanza. But Meg just kept yapping, and I was like, oh, what is happening right now? And then they were trying to interpret it, and so now I'm a little confused. Mainly just because of the fact why Leo is going to Camp Jupiter by himself. You know, I had this theory that we were gonna go to Camp Jupiter in this book, but we didn't, and I was very disappointed because I wanted to see my squad. I wanted to see Jason and Piper and Hazel and Frank and all them because I miss them. I sincerely do. We do get to see Thalia and the Hunters though, which was fun because I love Thalia, and oh my gosh, I loved it when Thalia showed up and Apollo's just all like, remember when you met me and you said I was hot? And Thalia's just like, I was young back then. I wasn't a hunter, and hashtag regrets. Oh, Rick did that. I'm so glad he brought that back because that's just like such an iconic moment in PDO, and I just love he brought that back in Trials of Apollo. Like, that was great. But Leo has decided to go to Camp Jupiter by himself, and I'm kind of just like, wait a minute, but like, we're not gonna see that. Like, I wanted to see Leo reunite with everyone, but like, we're not, and he's going by himself, and I'm just like, dude, you just decided to stay at the way station. And he was all like to Calypso, oh, you can catch me up on my spring semester, blah blah blah. And I was like, no, Leo, like, stay, just let Apollo and Meg do it. Are we going to the west? I mean, most likely maybe they'll run into each other because, like, Apollo and Meg were like, oh, we'll go to Camp Jupiter after we do all this stuff, because they're going to the west to go find that third emperor, which I'm very, like, scared about this third emperor, because Apollo has no idea, like, who it is. And I mean, Apollo doesn't know much, because, you know, he's now mortal, but he really doesn't know anything, and I feel like the prophecy didn't really give enough clues, and it's not like I know what the next emperor is going to be. Like, no. But we're gonna go to Camp Jupiter in the next book, though, which is very exciting. But no, they said Camp Jupiter was gonna get attacked, so that was very disappointing, and I was like, guys, we need to go right now. We need to leave and warn these people, and I just, like, wanted Apollo to find a way to communicate with them. I thought Leo was gonna find a way, honestly, because, I mean, Leo sent a freaking hologram in this book. No, wait. Yeah, no, it was this book, because Nico was talking about how Leo sent a hologram 3 days after the war. Oh my gosh, there was one, like, little mentioning about Blood of Olympus in this book, and I wanted to cry, because Sally was talking about that battle in Puerto Rico with Nico and Reina, and I was like, throwback feels, and how a lot of hunters died. I forgot about that battle, honestly, but when I saw it and she talked about it, I was like, this is a Blood of Olympus mentioning. Oh my gosh. Also, there was another Blood of Olympus mentioning from Leo, and he was talking about, oh, I already faced death once, and I was like, boy, shut up. I already know that. You don't have to remind me that you've already died, okay? I'm still salty, but I forgive you, but I'm still salty about it, just a little. I feel like that saltiness is always gonna be there, but, like, for the most part, I love Leo, because it's like, it's Leo, he helped us out, you can't hate on him for a long time, okay? But now we're going to the west to try to complete this prophecy that we now have, and we're gonna go to Camp Jupiter in the next book. Also, we're gonna go through the labyrinth. Oh my god, man, when they were talking about the maze, I was like, crap. And when Meg was like, oh, we're gonna have to go to the labyrinth, I was like, oh, because, you know, the labyrinth, scary times. Remember those good old times in PDO in Battle Labyrinth? Yeah, those times sucked. I am not ready to go back there. I don't like the labyrinth, okay? It's scary. But the good thing is, Grover Underwood is going to help us go through the labyrinth. Like, oh my god. The last chapter, when Meg is at the tomato plant thingamabob, and she's literally calling for a satyr through, like, the ground. I was like, girl, what are you doing? But she's a Dodger beater, so I was like, okay, you do you, boo, but, like, I'm really lost right now. And then all of a sudden, like, the crowd opened up, and there was a satyr there, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And then Grover showed up, and I was like, yes, yes. And at the end, Apollo was like, hey, Grover, it's me, Apollo, remember me? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to help me get up through the labyrinth. Yes, like, Rick, thank you so much for bringing Grover, because they mentioned bringing Coach Hedge as, like, the satyr, because there was, like, one line in the prophecy where we're talking about a satyr, and Leo was all like, oh, like, someone like Coach Hedge? I was like, please don't let it be Coach Hedge. In the back of my mind, I was like, Grover, where are you at now? And I think in Trials of Apollo, Hidden Oracle, I think they mentioned something about Grover being on the West Coast for something, and now he's here with us, and he's gonna help us out. I'm so excited because Grover, so underappreciated. He was barely in Heroes Olympus. Like, he's so important in PGO, and then you get to Heroes Olympus, and it's kind of just like, who the heck is Grover? But now he's coming back, and he's gonna play an important role, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see Grover and catch up with him, because I feel like it's been forever since I've seen him, and I love him to death, and I'm just like, I'm so pumped to see my boo. I'm so excited for book 3, The Burning Maze. It's gonna be insane, but it's gonna be great, and I'm just like, I'm so excited for it. Like, thank you, Rick, for bringing Grover back. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so ready. We're gonna see so many people in the next book. Oh, it's gonna be so exciting. But that, my friends, were my thoughts and feels on The Dark Prophecy. Overall, I loved it. Definitely a favorite book of 2017. So thank you all so much for watching this book talk, and I am Courtney, and I'll see you all next time with a new video up soon. So I will see you then. So bye!